I have a problem. I have finally moved back to Japan, and this is my only mode of transportation.
Bleh.
It is loud, crusty, uncomfortable, and it makes all sorts of noises it probably shouldn't. And although it works great as a drift car, I have heard
I can
that
see your
Japan
ass in a smart car. If I had money to get driving lessons, I would want to do manual ones just so that I can drive both.
is the capital
Personally.
of tiny transportation. This might be my solution. These incredibly small cars called K-cars are only 2 meters tall and 1.5 meters wide, similar to the size of a North American golf cart. But
Cheaper?
this is all nonsense I found on the internet. I wanted real-world experience to answer 3 specific
Wouldn't getting a K car in the UK be really hard because you'd have to fucking specifically import it and shit?
questions. How much do these things actually cost? How difficult is it to live with such a small car? And finally, what is it like to drive one long distance, aka a road trip, to see why these insanely tiny cars don't exist
It's so
anywhere else in the
cute!
world? So,
I
this
love
is
it.
what I have bought, a 2023 Honda N1. I chose this car specifically because the Drift King himself, Tsuchiya,
I like small cars that still have their own door in the back. Okay, as a fat person, I always hate it when someone has a car that you have to crawl in the back for because it always made me like so fucking anxious to get in and out of the fucking car like that. So when they have their own dedicated doors for the back, it's just a
for its
W.
dynamic, sporty
A
feel.
two-door? I fucking hate two-door cars.
To make myself feel better, we're gonna gloss over the fact that he's actually driving the
Gandalf.
highly modified 6-speed Spoon version. Regardless, the Honda
Spoon.
N1 is still famous in Japan for being one of the best handling K cars, and the version I bought is also the desirable turbo model. It's the tiniest hood you'll ever see.
Imagine being taller than 6 foot and then trying to get into a small car. Well, I don't think anyone would be getting in my car anyway, so I'd be happy getting a small
And the
car.
engine is the
And if I do ever have to take in a tall passenger, it's just like deal with it. But I guess, you know, it's a bit contradicting considering what I just said about the fucking 2-seater cars. But you know what I had to do? Fucking deal with it.
same size
I had to
as
deal
the
with it.
battery, the more powerful turbo version was a must. But comically, it still only makes 63 horsepower at the crank. I can't imagine
Crank?
how god-awful slow the normal version is. But the car surprisingly does have some modern creature comforts, with cruise control, paddle shifts, and these insanely impressive rear seats, which
A lot of that
I
doesn't
would
mean
have to
anything
put
to
to the
me 'cause
test
I don't know
later
what
on
that means.
when I
Oh,
stuffed my
that's
entire life
sick.
belongings inside this car
That's sick.
and pray the whole
I like
thing
that.
doesn't tip over. So the question you are all wondering is, how much did this all cost? Well, let's break it down. I bought this car for a whopping 99,900 Japanese yen, which is the equivalent to 640 United States freedom dollars.
What?
So what's the catch? Why was mine so cheap? Is the
$600? Bro, you can't even get a car like second-hand nowadays for like less than 1K that's not got like crazy problems.
transmission blown? Was this like a friend deal? Nope. You can legit find these K cars any day of
What
the week
the
on most
fuck?
Japanese auction sites for about the same price, which is where I found mine. But there are some extra fees you should probably
I just look on
know
Facebook
about. First
sometimes,
off, in
'cause I'm
Japan,
nosy.
There is something called shakin, which is your
Thoughts on my new car?
typical car inspection done every 2 years. The price of any car in Japan with Shokin is usually significantly higher since you can pretty much get it on the road immediately. This Honda N1 actually just had Shokin done on it, so they added the price of the inspection, which is an extra 70,000 yen or $440. Can't complain because it meant I could drive it on the road immediately and not have to worry about it until 2028. After transferring the money to the seller, we
Okay.
took the train to the nearest station, and he simply handed us the paperwork and keys, then let us drive the car home on the existing plates. To ensure that we would transfer it over into our name though, he did request a 30,000 yen deposit that he would refund after we faxed the paperwork. Yes, you heard that right.
Yeah, I think Japan does everything like old school.
If you are old enough to know what a fax machine is,
Yep.
they still use them all the time in Japan. In Canada,
Isn't driving in Japan almost like not necessary? Yeah. For sure.
where I am from, registration is the part where you usually get screwed over with taxes and government transfer fees. The registration office was the same as any other I have been to, so I was fully prepared to pay a few $1,000s. But in reality, it costed, are you ready for it?
It's just 2,000 yen, which is hilarious.
2,000 yen, which is about $13. After
What?
getting the new plates on, we were on our way. We then went to a convenience store and faxed the paperwork like we promised to get our deposit back. So the grand total of the car registered into my name with brand new plates is the same price
the
as a current gen
fuck?
iPhone 17 Pro.
It's crazy.
So far, the happiest purchase of my life. But with it on the road, the next question I wanted to answer is, what is it like to actually live with such a small car? Well, lucky for you guys, April was one of the busiest months of my life. When I landed in Japan, I moved into this small Airbnb.
Oh.
This was actually when I bought the car, and the plan was to then find a place to rent, and I could easily use the car as a
Oh, that
sort
looks
of
nice.
U-Haul for all my junk.
You know what I've been watching a lot, like off stream? I've been fucking watching those little Japanese apartments. And I'm like, oh my god, that's so nice.
But before that could
The
happen,
fucking, like,
I needed
size
to do
of my
some basic
bedroom.
maintenance. I stopped by my local parts store to pick up some oil and a filter. Only in Japan you will see an R34 GTR and a Supra randomly in a parking lot. This is Autobox. It's kind of
Aren't
like
you
a parts store.
claustrophobic? I don't mind the small room. I just don't like crawling, if you know what I mean, like crawling in like a small area. I don't like when you have to like stick your whole body somewhere, but I don't mind being in a small space.
Or a car quest of Japan. They sell all sorts of weird stuff here, and
Car for
the Japanese
gnomes?
noises
Okay.
are a sensory overload.
You would fit? I would.
When I found the oil section, they even have specialty oil for rotary cars. How cool is that? I quickly found the oil and the oil filter I needed, and I was on my way. I then headed to my friend's shop and jacked it up to do an oil change.
Look at how easy it is to work on.
Okay.
So this is the oil filter.
I don't know anything about
That's
cars.
The oil drains. And it's right in the front of the bumper.
For the first time in my life, the oil filter placement looked like it was actually designed by a human being. It was so easy, I could have probably unscrewed it without even jacking up the car. I also took off the wheel to check out the front suspension. The wheels are so small, it feels like a toy car.
This disc brake is literally the size of my hand.
It is just funny how small everything is, but I guess it makes sense when the car itself weighs as much as a king-sized mattress.
What?
The next day was the moving day. I used the Honda N1 to move everything I own from the Airbnb to the new house. And
They're
I
very
swear,
light.
this thing is
If you get hit by another car, you're gonna go fucking flying.
like one of those clown cars that fits way more than
Clown cars! Yo, Gandalf.
looks. Even then, it was a tight squeeze.
You'd fit in
I
here,
had the
maybe.
pleasure of playing
Like if it's
Tetris with
in the
everything
middle.
I currently owned in Japan, from my car stuff to our luggage and all of our clothes. I was shocked at just how much of my stuff this car could move. In fact, I only had to do one trip to our new house.
Kinda
because
impressive he
it
fit all that in
fit
there. It is,
everything.
right?
And with that
Lego.
Keiichi Tsuchiya
Literally Tetris with your fucking car.
approved
I get
suspension
it.
geometry, the car handled all this weight like a champ.
Oh,
And the weeks after was our constant trips to
you gotta gift a
IKEA.
sub for that. I've gave like 4 subs out in the last fucking 2 weeks, and I genuinely cannot afford to give out more. I'm already like, looking at my bank.
Which,
I'm like,
again,
oh, I
it
am in
handled it
trouble.
with ease,
I
mostly
can't.
due to those crazy folding seats in the back I talked about earlier. With the utility test successful, the Honda N1
I need
retired as
wizard hocus pocus as a pizza on your focus.
It's a
a
classic.
moving truck
Mikey
and
Mash.
graduated as my daily driver. It was time for
I
that
love the
small road trip
seat.
I talked about earlier. But before that happens, I had some upgrades for the car. One of the coolest things I found online were these custom fit
Wait, you got kicked out of the Walmart parking lot? You were changing the cabin and engine filters, and someone accused me of doing an oil change? What?
Honda N1 blackout shades.
These are kind of for the track. When we were at the track last time, it was so hot and the sun was glaring. So I was hoping that I could get some of these, cover up the windows, and then we can blast the AC on at the track.
I got these mostly for my girlfriend so she could hide in the car from the sun during track days, but I would later find out that it was also a great place to review footage of my drifting during competitions to see what I could improve on, especially for when I would try to qualify for Mahon Sportsland's.
Oh, so he's like an actual fucking like driver. Oh, also with cars, I get car sick, but I get like 10 times more car sick when the car is like hot, especially if the heating's on. I don't know what it is with car heaters, but when a heating is on in a car, it just makes me like almost instantly vomit. Like I can go in a car and just instantly know the heating's on. I'm like, can you please turn the heating off? I feel like such a bitch. Like, oh yeah, it's in the midst of winter and you're picking me up. I'm like, can you please turn the heating off? I need to open the window.
But that is a topic for another day. The second thing I did was
what if the car can be very cool but very fast? I think it's nice with the aircon on. The really weird smell from heaters. Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about. I can always fucking smell it. Always.
Old Japanese only Kenwood double DIN with a new Apple CarPlay unit.
It also has USB-C, which is quite welcome.
This one only cost 12,000 yen, which is about $75. My
Holy
plan
shit.
was to install this El Cheapo China one and sell the
You
expensive
sometimes
looking
prefer
Kenwood.
no AC with some cars having weird musk. Yeah, it really depends on the car, I think. I always prefer just having the windows open, but if I can have AC onto it,
to
that's
cover
nice.
the cost, since some of these Japanese
But I don't know, I get, no matter what, even with AC, heating, or windows down, I still get sick. Like, no matter what combination, it just always fucking happens, unfortunately.
DINs cost upwards of $500. So after finishing the Apple CarPlay install, I headed to the local up garage.
But weirdly enough, when I drove a car before, I've only ever drove once, and it went horribly. But when I was driving, I never felt sick when I was the driver. Maybe you just need to sit in the back, but I've been in every fucking seat in a car, and believe me, it happens in every seat. Explain why it went horribly. Okay, so my dad decided not to teach me anything. It was 6 p.m. on a weekday, rainy, stormy, dark, and winter. Everyone's trying to get home. To get out of this car place, it's a dual control car, so he's got the brake and shit on his side. He doesn't teach me how to go or how to stop or how to do anything. He just says, just drive, lol. So I have to get out of this car place and instantly on a roundabout, by the way. It's 6 p.m. rush hour. It's pitch black and raining. And they probably had to add a line to their TOS after I was there. Was it an automatic? No, it wasn't. Absolutely not. You could smell the burning of the clutch when I was done with that car.
Up Garage
you could
is
fucking
kind of
smell
like a
it.
pawn shop for Japanese car parts. You can find all sorts of used parts, and sometimes if you are lucky, you can score some pretty rare items. I went to the audio section, and with these prices, it was looking optimistic. But once I talked to the man behind the counter...
Look, I will never fucking try and get taught by him ever again. I'm sorry, but he's just not a kind of person that can sit and teach you something. You know what I mean? He will literally just sit there and tell you what you're doing wrong and not tell you how to do anything. You know? Manuals are wicked cool, but I won't learn them unless I really want to drive like that. I learned how to drive in 10 days and then failed your driver license test. Oh.
The reality was...
apparently, like, the screen freezes too much, and because of that, it's not worth anything.
Oh.
So, but we got some coupons, so I don't know. I'm happy about that.
With that huge failure over, it was now time to move on to the final challenge. I wanted to drive
I'll
to
teach you, bro. Really?
Tokushima Kartland. Nestled in the mountains of Tokushima, this super scenic go-kart track has become a staple in the drift world. But
technically, okay, my dad taught my brother, which I don't know how he sat through that because, like, fuck. But I think he could technically try and teach me how to drive soon because he's been a driver for a couple of years now. But I don't know if I'd want to get taught by my little brother. It's kind of awkward.
A problem.
I'd trust
always
Commander
hated
to
coming here.
teach you driving, honestly. Driving is so easy. Even a Gallic Commander could teach you.
Because of how far away it is. In fact, I only ever drove here twice. The track is a 5.5-hour round trip from Osaka. But fear not, instead of street driving my obnoxiously loud 180SX like I usually do, this
UK
time
has some
I
fucked up
had the
intersections and
N1.
roundabouts though.
My plan was to have my drift car towed to the track
I'm so sorry for fucking pausing this so much, but doesn't the UK have one of the hardest driving lessons in the world?
via a car carrier, and I would arrive in luxury with my comfy, air-conditioned living room on wheels. So with that in mind, we set off in the N1, headed towards Kobe, then through Awaji Island, the best part of the drive. Awaji is an 89-kilometer stretch
Bro has
of
to take the
drive
bumper
that,
off so
for
his feet
whatever
can fit in
reason,
the
just
car.
feels different. This rest stop near the east side of the island
saw
is
the
one of
American
my
test and you were
favorite
like, what the
places.
fuck?
Before, I would
Yeah.
be exhausted stopping here in my drift car, but this time in the N1, it felt like a normal trip.
Hello, Awaji, Mr.
Made a lot of
Donut.
sense with their
The rest
driving.
stop is hard to miss, with this huge Ferris wheel on the property that you can see from the bridge. The backside of the rest stop overlooks Kobe and the bridge we just drove on. It
Americans
honestly
looking for
looks
license
like
to
something
anyone?
out of
I remember watching an American streamer driving in her car, and I was literally like flabbergasted when she was driving with only one foot. She had one foot sitting under her leg and the other one on the pedal. I was like, what? They can just do that? I was like, there's no way. But big toe on the accelerator, middle toe on the
an
brake.
anime. We then grabbed some food, which for a rest stop was genuinely impressive. And just before we set off, we decided to check out their souvenir shop.
Yeah, Commander, you can teach me to drive, right? For free?
Oh,
Yo,
Oh,
content.
shit.
Stream it.
Awaji Island is famous for its onions. So there were a lot of strange onion-themed snacks. And you could actually straight up buy onions as well. Although
Sure,
I'm
I
not
got-
sure how many people are buying onions at a rest stop.
You drive with one foot? Oh.
too much.
When I got back to the car, I noticed the air was a bit low in the rear tire, so I topped it off and we were good to go.
A little bit of a detour, fix our tire issue, but that is totally okay.
There is a second bridge on the south side of the island towards Tokushima, and after driving
it some
through the
Cars
city,
compilation?
we climbed
Yeah,
the
fuck
Toge
it,
road
sure.
up to the track. It was a well-needed
We need another
scenery
React video
change
after
from
this
the
one.
concrete jungle that is Osaka. When we arrived, I learned
Driving with one foot is normal. No, but I mean, like, yeah, driving with one foot, like, but one foot was under her other foot. Like, her foot was under where her knee was. Like, up, not even on the pedals. Right? That's why I was, like, so shocked. Because the foot wasn't even down there. Her foot was up under her knee, sitting on the chair. Like, you know how when you sit on a chair and you can, like, fold your foot under your knee on one side? She was sitting like that on the chair. Take her license away. She's a very popular streamer, by the way. Yeah, that's what I meant by driving with one foot. Not like one was on the clutch or whatever. Take her license away. Yeah.
there were complications with finding a truck driver for my 180.
It's 12 p.m. I
and
have to sleep. Bye-bye,
unfortunately,
Chungus. Good
it wouldn't
night.
arrive on time. But honestly, I didn't mind because it gave me a chance to explore the track with Rico.
Nah.
This track was built as a karting and motorcycle facility, and later it found its fame as a drift course. And since it is built on the side of a mountain, the elevation change throughout the compound makes it unique to any other track I have seen in Japan.
That's what this little path is for. It's a little judge's tower here, so that's kind of cool.
When I used to come here to drive, I was always way too busy to explore the facility, but this time it was actually nice to just walk around and take in the environment.
Oishi.
Her hair is so nice.
I
I'm
even had a
jealous.
chance to talk to the track owner, who said he built this place himself 47 years ago.
Damn.
47年前
Later on, both Toshi and Kane were kind enough to
That's
lend me
scary,
their cars
that's so
for a
scary.
few laps. which ended poorly.
Oh.
I fuck it up? Oh no. Oh dude, I'm
Oh.
We'll talk about that later. Anyways,
Oh.
to answer that final question about why K cars don't exist anywhere else in the world, I honestly question why. I mean, the general consensus is that it's related to crash safety. Japan roads are generally slower than your average North American highway.
Yeah.
So, like I said, happiest purchase of my life. If you're watching this though, you probably don't live in Japan, so this
Yep.
information is kind of useless. But for those who do, if you want a reliable, fun, sporty car that you can use every single day, I would highly recommend something like the N1.
Uh-oh. Ooh.
Doesn't start. Kidding me? You've gotta be kidding me. Are you serious? Oh my
Is this why he got it so
goodness.
cheap? Because it broke.
Joke.
It's broken.
Why doesn't it start? It was fine like yesterday. If you want to support my journey, new stickers are available on my website, printed locally in Osaka, Japan. Thanks for watching, and please consider subscribing.
Wait, was it okay? It didn't say if the car was fine. What the fuck?